into a test match, and this is the full side. Greg Brentnell, John Rebo, Mick Cronin, Steve Rogers, Kerry Boosted, Wally Lewis, Steve Mortimer, Ray Price, Paul McCabe, Les Boyd, Craig Young, Jeff Masterman, Ron Hilditch. The coach is Frank Stanton. Well, new Australian captain Steve Rogers is thoroughly deserving of the great honour of captaining his country. A top performer for Cronulla this season. He is a seasoned international and will do the job expected of him. Now France coming out. The grim-faced captain, Didier Hermé. This is the full side. Sébastien Rodriguez, Hugues Aratier, Jacques Imbert, Philippe Fouquet, Bernard Imbert, Guy Allard, Ivan Gresque, Jean-Jacques Villa, Jose Jeans, Didier Hermé, Delphine Castanon, Christian McCarley, and Max Chantel. The coach is Louis Bonnery. Well, Jacques Imbert is entrusted with the goal-kicking duties for France from the Avignon club. Imbert was the leading point scorer in French Rugby League last season with 247 points. The referee, Mr. Kevin Steele of New Zealand. Australia running from right to left. They're green and gold. Frenchmen in the red, white and blue receiving the ball. And believe me, the adrenaline will be pumping pretty hard now from this French side. As Jose Jeans was the first man to receive an Australian tackle. Craig Young in early. Play just outside the French quarter. Frenchman tackled on suspicion there. And a penalty to France, and I agree with that. There was that Frenchman, Jean-Jacques Villa, was knocked place over apex without the ball on suspicion, backing up outside his little halfback, Ivan Gresque. It'll be Jacques Imbert. To take the kick, and that's 5 metres Australian side of halfway. Brest, Castanon. 10 metres into Australia's half. Didier Hermé loses the ball forward. Paul McCabe for Australia. First Australian touch of the ball. Mortimer, Craig Young, belted to the ground on halfway. This ground will be pretty hard after the strong westerly winds, and Barry, that breeze pretty strong out there.
Yes, quite a strong breeze. It will have a big influence on the game, and it's favouring France now.
Wally Lewis. Good pass to Boyd, into Rogers. Rogers evades one tackle. There's the pass to Rebo. Rebo's got a nice pass away to Wally Lewis. Unloads to Mortimer. And Mortimer's in for the try underneath the post. Oh dear, oh dear. That's only after a minute and a half. For the first occasion, Australia have touched the ball. Well, they've ripped France wide open. And that's the worst fears been realised. This was beautiful football by Australia. The lovely pass from Wally Lewis, the good one from Boyd onto Rogers, the pass back inside to Rebo, linking up straight away with Lewis, second time in the move, and onto Mortimer. And that's a great start for Australia and an absolute horror for the French team. Boyd sucking the defence to him. They're able to unload to Rogers. Nice control of a pass back into Rebo. Lewis well backing up, and Mortimer on the end of the chain. Just no defenders inside. Minute and a half gone, first half. Cronin's kick at goal is successful. Australia lead by 5 points to 0. 5-0, Australia lead, 6 minutes gone. And France win their first scrum. Brest. To Allard. The captain, Didier Hermé, just outside his quarter. Expecting Grest to do a bit of kicking, but there's the Allard kick. And it goes onto Rebo on the first bouncy fall. Gets around the first tackle, gone straight up the sideline now, beaten Ratier, pointless. And the defence finally gets to him. And Max Chantal, the tackler on the quarter line. Masterman, Mortimer, Lewis, Cronin, Brentnell. Beautiful pass to Boasted. He loses it. It's over the sideline, is it? Does the juggling act, but it's a knock forward. That's uncharacteristic of Boasted. Overlap there. He may well have scored a try. Masterman scrum stat, 148 from 276, success rate of 53.6 in Sydney Premiership football. Three-0 to France, the scrums at this stage. We've had 10 minutes of football.
The French player being treated as Bernard Imbert, their wing.
He's getting his face slapped over there. I don't know whether that's the treatment. McCabe running wide and putting it down. The handling a little bit off by Australia. The opening stanza. Scrum now 10 metres outside the French quarter. And Australia win a scrum against the put-in. Cronin retains possession. Philippe Bouquet was the man that felt his power of his run. Boyd well tackled. Price, Craig Young, Cronin, McCabe, Bostad up the sideline. Oh, he's gone right inside, beaten two of them so easily. It's just a change of direction and just with two of the Frenchmen pointless. And again, after 10.5 minutes, Australia have scored their second try. Just chain passing. There was cover there, but watch the footwork of Bostad. The pass from McCabe, a good one. Watch this. The change of direction off the right foot and the dying swan act by a Frenchman who at no stage looked as though he was about to do anything. It'll look worse from head on. Nice pass from McCabe. What's that? Now watch the fullback, Rodriguez. An awful attempt. And Bostad in for the simplest of tries. Cronin, if he keeps getting these opportunities, is going to finish up with a massive tally. There it is, Australia 10, France 0 after 12 minutes. There's a reserve, looks like number 15, that's Heavy Girard. And we're tottering around on the left wing. Kick-off down midfield, Brentnall on the bounce. Up to the quarter. Masterman. Craig Young directing traffic in the forwards. Now he's going to take it. No, Hilditch. Masterman calling out to McCabe, get up, get up. Mortimer. Lewis. Cronin, the run around with Lewis. Unloads to Bostad. Bostad's around his man up towards halfway now. There's the little half-back goal. Brentford brought up a nice covering tackle. That was a Mortimer-type tackle. Right round the boots, and Australia now with Mortimer. Out to Rogers. Then to McCabe, standing wide. Unloaded. It's gone to ground. Cronin dropped it. France in possession. 6 to go. He picked it up and dropped it again. And Jose Gaines responsible for that last drop pass. At 14 minutes gone. Penalty to Australia against Gretzky, failing to retire. Differential scrum penalty. This telecast brought to you by Mazda and your local Mazda dealers. The Australian team, of course, sponsored by Tooth and Company. Hilditch. About 3 metres away. Is it another try coming up to Australia? Masterman. Craig Young. Taking a power of pulling down. There's the line, about half a metre away. Mortimer. Brentnall. It's caught by the jersey and swung to the ground. That's Vila again. He's getting through a lot of work. Very wild-headed looking fellow. Long black hair. Price over the top of one tackle. Still going. And finally they unseat him about 2 metres away. Masterman. He's in for the try. From dummy half. Just not aware of it at all. The Frenchman on the blind side there. Little dummy half. And very simple try. Say it again. And there it is. From head on it'll look worse. There was the end of the Price tackle. Frenchmen just unaware of the positioning of themselves. That fella's gone up too fast. Hughes Ratier. And he got him behind him. And Cronin gets another relatively simple kick and goal. Well, we've got Tom Bellew with the sideline with Barry Ross at the moment, as Cronin's kick is not successful. The score remains at 13 points to nil after 15 minutes. And Tom Bellew is the manager of the Australian team. I think he'd be pretty happy, Barry Ross.
Yes, Tom, you've been with the boys all week at the Travelodge, staying there looking after the side. How have they been?
Well, we went into residence at the Travelodge on Monday afternoon, Barry, and these boys treated this match with just as much enthusiasm as one would expect if it was an Ashes decider between Australia and, say, England, or between Australia and France. It was the decider for a series. I think they're all making sure that they retain their place in the second Test side, and ultimately, of course, they have in mind the Kangaroo Tour of England next year.
It's the voice of Tom Bellew, the manager of this very strong Australian team. As Hilditch takes it up to 10 metres from halfway, right in the middle of the field. Masterman, Mortimer, Masterman, Wally Lewis. France not showing any evidence of the ability to keep the ball for long enough periods to do anything. Craig Young just belted Wheeler out of the way, got it to Rebo, Rebo's almost into the clear, looks for Price, Price unloads to Mortimer, Mortimer's got it into Rogers, Rogers away to Wally Lewis, a lob pass over the top to Cronin, forward. The crowd loved it, but it was a forward pass, and that's a good decision by the referee. See it again. The Lewis pass to Cronin overhead, went forward. This all started way back here when Craig Young belted him up the middle. Look at him, knocked Wheeler right out of the way. Through some feeble defence. Rebo. Then back to Price. Quick hands away to Mortimer. Unloaded from the Wheeler tackle. Rogers. Now this was the pass. Watch the quarter line. And it's gone a good 4 metres forward. Cronin accepted it, but he wasn't disillusioned. There's a forward pass through. Offside. Bad bit of football by France. They won the scrum. And their 5'8" has run wide, turned it back into the lock forward, and he was in an offside position. This should be another kick at goal for Mick Cronin. The crowd wanting to get on with the action, but Rogers' captaincy exactly right. Must take kicks at goal when on offer. He missed one, his last kick, from almost the same position. But not that one. So he's had success rate of 3 from 4, and the score now 15-0 Australia's favour. We've had about 17, 18 minutes of play. 23 minutes gone. Tries to Masterman, Mortimer, Bostad, and 3 goals. To Mick Cronin from 4 attempts, another differential penalty to Australia. France has won the scrums 4-1 at this stage. The penalties have gone Australia's way 6-3. Crisscross move. Nice went astray. Finally moved out now. Boyd back on the inside to Rogers. Rogers looking for support. Just into McCabe. McCabe in underneath the post. All done with a minimum of fuss. And great gaping, yawning holes appearing in the French defence. See it again. A crisscross move that went astray. Price got a pass away that went to nobody. Then it was quickly into the clear with Boyd finding open space. Rogers, that light-footed man, and McCabe there backing up, was a good second rower should from head on. Referee judging that Price wasn't effectively held when he was able to get that pass away that initiated this. McCabe sidestepping the goalpost, actually. The kick at goal by Cronin was successful. So the scoreline now looking a great embarrassment for France. 20 points to 0. Well, there's point of view that says in these sort of situations, in big matches when things aren't going well, for a team, oh, there they've been in front of the kicker, and going to be penalised at halfway. As the old-fashioned school of thought says, if you're going to be beaten, you might as well go down with a bit of hammer. I'd like to see a Frenchman try to unsettle Australia at the moment. Make a bit of a game of it. Seem quite content to have tries scored against them every 3 or 4 minutes. Mortimer with a beautiful long pass out to Cronin. That was a magic pass from the Australian halfback. Craig Young, very powerful performance today. We're doing our usual award. This footballer of our weekly telecast match, the player will be called the King G Footballer of the Week. He'll receive $400 and appear on Sports World tomorrow to receive his award. The weekly award winners will be judged by the Controversy Corner panel, and the overall winner will be named the Mazda Footballer of the Year and receive a magnificent Mazda RX-7 sports car as his prize, valued at $16,350. The player most responsible for the King G try of the match receives $150, and all those weekly tries will be judged. The player responsible for the Mazda try of the year will receive a mighty Mazda 626. France moving the ball, chain passing it along their three-quarter line. And that's the brightest bit of football they put on. The crowd appreciate it. Allard. Goretzka, little half-back. He's got a winger there about 30 metres away, but couldn't get it to him. Imbert was the player that was hopelessly out of position. Should have been backing up. Failed to do so. France a little bit more flair at the moment from Jose Guines on the inside. Rubber type kick through. Reba has it. Pass. Oh, Bretnell. There's an opportunity now for France. 6 to go as Bretnell was heavily tackled, trying to leap to catch that ball. There's Villa, the goer of this French side, as I see it. Up on the quarter line. Now France moving it out along their line. Allard. Chantal on the quarter line. Gresk. Delphine Castanon, about 18 metres away. 20 points to 0, Australia leads. Oh, nobody. Villa does a little kick through, could be fruitful. Rebo has it. Caught and tackled on the line, still in the field of play. Mortimer. Bretnell. Good side step. 10 metres out, Rogers at dummy half. On Hilditch. Australian forwards have little trouble belting forward in the rucks. Masterman, Craig Young. Beautiful pass from Lewis. Out there to Cronin. McCabe on the quarter line. He's standing out virtually as an outside centre, McCabe. The blind side they go, an unguarded blind side. Cronin through the dummy. They've taken it. Now he's gone for the old-fashioned rugby union centre kick. Come back on the infield. Rodriguez is there, knocks it backwards, takes the tackle, gets to his feet, caught by one leg, 10 metres from his line. Some of the French players, 2 of them still coming back on side, very slowly. Jose Guines. One. Used up 3 tackles before they get all their players back on their own side of the ruck. It's Villa, the lock forward. Bretnell. Finally tackled towards the quarter line. Australia 20, France 0. We've got 10 minutes for this half to go. Price. Nicely to Masterman. Masterman heavily tackled about 10 metres out from the line. Bretnell receiving attention. Ralph Richards, Craig Young. Mortimer, beautiful pass to Cronin. Cronin loses it behind. Bostad has it. judged to be a knock-off. Brentnell just to the right of picture there, receiving attention from Alf Richards. And that's an Australian ball. Lewis could do little, but yes, he did. He did very well to get a pass away to Price. Price still stood up on the tackle to Rogers. Rogers electing to run. Good weaving run. Look at this stuff. Right through. Oh, dear, he's let a pass away, has he? No. Tackled about 4 metres out. Got up, played it forward, held back. The referee's awarded a try. Referee's awarded a try. Holding. The try's been awarded to whom?
Steve Mortimer, the try scorer. Steve Rogers played the ball forward.
Now watch Rogers here as
forward.
He's held her back as he attempts to go forward. Maybe our head-on shot will show a little better. The shadows were encroaching there a bit. Now Mortimer is at dummy half. And it is Mortimer. Just puts his hands on it. The referee has awarded the try. Well, Barry Ross, you were telling me something about the scoring feats of Mick Cronin. Widely known, the lesser known ones are?
Well, I think that he scored over 500 points for Australia. That's all tour matches and minor matches that the Australian teams play overseas and so on. I think that probably he's the only player to do that, and I'll have to check the records and see.
Correct feed. Last 5 minutes before time. Jackie Mbare. It's a good torpedo punt, and that's only 10 metres now from the Australian line. Let's see if the France can sustain some pressure. Bresk. Didier Hermé, the captain. On the blind side goes Akali. Christian, the hooker. 5 metres out. Bresk. Hello. Good tackle there. On Castanon. Ellard. It'll kick over the top, but it's not gone ahead. It went sideways. And Australia come up with the ball. The ubiquitous Ray Price, who's always ready to take those bombs. Although there was a tiny little kick, didn't go very high. Kilic about 13 metres out from his line. McCabe. One senses that McCabe is going to bust this side wide open, as Boyd's been doing. He's running up. Unloaded back on the inside to Rogers. Rogers has got them. Holding the ball up beautifully. Into Hilditch, then to Mortimer. He's finally tackled at the halfway line. Last tackle. Pass swirled out to Brentnell, the chip over the top. Bosted chasing it. Who's got it? Bosted's got it, and it's been knocked off. $25 points to 0. Major upset in the under-18 interstate clash between New South Wales and Queensland. Queensland 13, New South Wales 7. And it's Ivan Greth who's going to be spoken to about his scrum feed. Well, I'm sure he doesn't know what he's talking about. I doubt either of them know what they're talking about. What the other is talking about, I should say. Masterman. Hilditch. Craig Young. He's doing exactly the right thing. He's sucking defenders to him, getting quickly as he can to his feet, and this sort of thing's happening. Cronin very nearly in for a try into the posts. McCabe on the surge, and he's there. Well, so easy. That's his second. Mortimer, one of the other new boys, has scored 2, so it's a good day to make your debut for Australia. McCabe, who's about 6'3", into the try. His second from head on. Again, a totally unguarded ruck. Just so simple. Didier Hermé limping back, the captain.
If Cronin kicks this goal, it'll be his highest total against France.
Well, he only just kicked it, but there it is, just inside, so the score scurries away with 2 minutes to go. Australia 30, France 0. Australians shielding their eyes from the sun. That ball's kicked over the dead ball line. That'll be good tactics to keep doing that. Frank Stanton, whose team have avenged the 78 Test match defeats in France. This time it must be said with a neutral referee. Bildich, time up for half-time. Boyd, the top first half. There's the hooter. The referee, Mr. Kevin Steele of New Zealand, signifies that's the end of the section. The scrums in the first half have gone to France by 5-2. The penalties, however, have gone to Australia by 8-4. The error situation, 9 Australia, 5 by France. Australia have had most of possession. They've kept it for long periods. The try scorer has been Steve Mortimer 2, Paul McCabe 2, Jeff Masterman and Kerry Burstead 1 each. And Mick Cronin has kicked 6 goals from 8 attempts. No score for the Frenchmen. We'll be back hoping for an improvement in their display and not very sanguine about our chances in just a moment with Sevens Big League. Receiving the ball from the kickoff. Brentnell will get the touch. And back she comes, using the breeze. Taken well by Rodriguez. Running it straight away. Barry Ross has been in the Australian dressing room. The story is.
Well, that was the tactics then. Brentnell from the kickoff was told to put the ball back in the French half and play the ball in the French half most of this game. Steve Mortimer was told that the forwards have done their job in the first half and the ball is to go out even from the first tackle to the speedy backs. Stanton pointed out that the record in the Australia-France test was 56-6 and they're aiming for that record. He also pointed out that the sort of personnel that they want for England next year was the people that have got personal pride and don't let the Frenchmen score this half. He said, don't think about tomorrow's premiership round, just let's go out and break that record.
Right, well, that's going back to 1960 in Brisbane, that one. So let's see what the Australians can do. Price is onto that ricocheted kick from Ellard. Mortimer, Craig Young had a look then. I think he was going to unload the ball so quickly. He had support in mind. Ellard just inside Australia's half with Hilditch the tackler. Gillespie the halfback. Back inside to his skipper. Then to Allard. Ball on the ground, picked up by Australia. Mortimer has it. Out to Rogers. Rogers up the sideline, back inside to Bostead. He's well tackled. That's a good tackle from Jackie Mbare. Mortimer. Lewis. Craig Young. McCabe. Wrapped up before he can unload it. Didier Hermé, the skipper, is the man. Bildich. 50 points to 0. 2 minutes of the second half gone. 6 tries thus far. Telecast brought to you by Mazda and your local Mazda dealer. Mortimer with a kick. Going towards the sideline. It is a good one. Bernard Imbert was unable to keep his feet in the field of play. Two brothers playing for France today. There's the Makali, or as they pronounce it, Makali, the hooker for France. Scrums won 34 from 59, success rate of 57.6%. That's in the 2 tests versus New Zealand and 1 match at Newcastle. The scrum win is the fullback Rodriguez. Allard saying to him, get up, Veet, Veet. That's the way they talk. As they Guides. Unloaded to Resker. Hermé. Rebo offside out on the flank, inside the 5. Macari could have been pinged for shepherding. It's away now to Philippe Fouquet. Then to Ratier. The kick ahead. Bretnell has it. Evades the first tackle. Up to the quarter. Australia slow to get back on side. A Price, the long run through the ruck, beautifully picked up by Bretnell. Almost a half volley. France not guarding the blind side. Craig Young, Mortimer, Lewis, Cronin, beautiful pass there, held it up nicely to McCabe. 10 metres from halfway, raked back by France legitimately. And the French forwards settle play down. Didier Hermé, Brisk, Akari, strong little player, the hooker. Belted to the ground by Ray Price. There's Vila, he loses it. He's been their best player, regardless of that error, in my view. Liz Boyd. Masterman. 12 metres from halfway. Australia lead 30 points to 0. 6 tries and 6 goals. Mortimer, Lewis, who's been a good link in this side today. Cronin couldn't unload. That's rare for Cronin. They're keeping their promise to their coach, unloading all the time. Cronin, one-handed, knocked down. That'll be France's ball. Play on. Jackie Mbert back in field. Jose Guines at dummy half. Then to Castanon. Gresk. Ella. Chantal. On the blind side they come. Ellard switches it back. Jose Guines. Ellard. Didier Hermé. Philippe Fouquet. Spinning it around, not making much forward progress. There's the kick from Gresk. Bretnell takes it beautifully. Well tackled, 12 metres, and loses the ball. Now Australia under a little bit of pressure again. Villa. Racy sort of a pass away to Bernard Mbert. The crowd yelling for France now. Villa. Long pass out to Hermé. Then to Gresk. Long floater. It's away to Hugh Gratier. He's going to the corner, and he takes the corner flag. The touch judge will have to rule on that one. It's been awarded as a try. Well, that looked a little bit shocky, but we shall see. See it again. Rebo having a few words to say. This was the play the ball. A long pass comes from Villa. Watch this one. It's the length of a football, of a cricket pitch. Hermé, the skipper. The one-handed pass to Gresk. Another long one that bounced. Then to Ratier. Rebo's tackle. Well, he may have got it down on one side of him. Head on, perhaps we shall see. But they're on the board. Look at the length of that pass. Lewis was the man that didn't get the skipper there. Now Rebo comes across in cover. As we slow it down now, we'll see exactly whether this was a try. Well, he's got it down one-handed on the inside. Now that's the magic of the slow motion indicates that it was a fair try. Mbert, Jackie. Second attempted goal. Struck it well, not a bad kick, just fails to come inside, and there's the scoreline. Australia 30, France 3.
The Australians playing rugby league in France at present.
At the moment, there's only myself and Brendan Barber, and Brendan's playing in Avignon.
Sur le pont d'Avignon. So the story goes, or the song goes. Here we have it, the translator for the French side. Australia. Coach Frank Stanton won't be happy with that try that was scored against them. Cronin to Rogers. Posted. Back inside. Stepping. Now to Lewis. Beautiful pass to Craig Young. Brendel, the lob pass over the top. Taken nicely out there by McCabe. The long fella's striding out. He's going to be belting into touch, is he? No, they've managed not to get him into touch. Rebo. Mortimer. Lewis. That came at him a bit hard, went backwards. It's kicked back by an Australian. Cronin picks it up.
Frank Stanton taking the arena now, and Rod Morris with him.
Mortimer. Cave. Steaming back on the inside. Had support. Managed to get a pass away. It's about 5 metres now from the French line with the French side. Rebo's in from dummy half. Pretty happy about that too. Not a traditional wing three-quarter try, but a good one. And left a trail of walking wounded behind him. A couple of Frenchmen talking to each other there. Watch Rebo. Bang. Straight ahead. And from head on, he's a formidable sight. There he is at dummy half. Already a couple of tries been scored from that situation. There's no way they were going to stop him. Eighth attempted goal by Cronin. That's way off line. Score remains 33-3. As the shadows almost completely cover the Sydney Cricket Ground now. Very cold. Allowed to restart.
The Australian side kick off. There's one of the French reserves doing some stretches behind the French bench. It's like Herve Gourard.
Boyd steaming up the middle of the ruck. Masterman. Craig Young. McCabe. Rebo pulled that pass in beautifully. Got a pass away there, but I think it's gone into touch. That's directly on halfway. Plenty of tries to judge in our try of the match award, and also the KB try of the match award, and also oh, that pass was a bad one. Rogers didn't knock it on, or did he? The referee judges he did. Went right at his feet. He was on the fly. That was the King G try of the match award. Player most responsible, $150. Bretnell. Cronin. It's a good tackle. Mbare was the man. Rebo from dummy half, evaded one. Back to Cronin. Still managed to get his pass away to Masterman. 18 minutes gone. Mortimer. Boyd on the quarter line, midfield. Mortimer from dummy half. Craig Young. Lewis. Beautiful change of passes there onto Brentnell through 2 tackles. Mortimer. Little kick over the top. Oh, just had it taken out of his hands virtually. And a knock on. It was going to be a spectacular bit of football from Mortimer, and a taller man came and knocked it out of his hands. The referee saying, we want you to pack square on. Makari, the hooker, not down. Ten metres out from the French line. Rescue to feed. It's gone in there. It has to be a penalty to Australia. Ray Price just pushes Vila out of the way. It's up and plays it. Craig Young, the dummy. Bosted. Well tackled by Bernard Imbe. A little bit of a punch up as Ray Price is going hammer and tongs, and he's decked the Frenchman with one beautiful right hand, and down goes Jose Guines for the long count. He's taken one flush on the jaw there. I shouldn't laugh. Let's see it again. That's the first bit of other than football we've seen in this match, and Australia have won that too. Now watch this. The action starts around about here. Price comes in. He doesn't instigate it, but he goes on with it. And there's the right hand that did the job. That's as good a right hand as you'd see at the old Sydney Stadium. You'll remember that day. Now we're going to play Hervé Girard, number 15. Telling the touch judge that he's to go on, and we've got a player coming off is Gresk. The penalty as a result of that, of course, went to France. Cardi, the hooker. Penalty. A little bit of feeling coming into the game now. Craig Young being spoken to. $33 points to 3. We've had 16 minutes of play in the second half. France running into quite a strong breeze. Dolphin Castanon. McCarty shows himself to be an elusive hooker. A little pace in the open. He's had one or two little scurrying runs. Chantal, that's the halfway line. Ella, replacement. Girard, this is his first touch of the ball. Sebastian Rodriguez, the fullback, is Girard. Kick to the open spaces. Brenton will be there first. It's a good bounce. Vila came over the top. It wasn't a swinging arm tackle, but it was high. He's hurt one of his own players, I think. One lying down there, prone at the moment. You pick up the number on that fellow, Barry?
It's one of the forwards, 10 or 11. I think it might be the captain. I'm not sure. It's
Didier Hermé.
Possibly.
Well, the Frenchmen are sticking a little bit more to their guns in this half. Ella, the tackling side. There's Boyd. A strong game. Gets an elbow to the Frenchman's head. Zaki Imbe.
Yes, the injured French player was the captain, Hermet.
And that's the 6. Penalty Australia. Crooked feed. Price knocks the ball out of Allard's hands. Allard now is feeding the scrums, and the replacement Girard has gone, I think, to 5'8" or inside centre. Switching around a bit.
Well, that Allard is normally a halfback. He toured here in '77 in the international series and played halfback for France on that tour.
A lot of talking going on out there among the Frenchmen. Here's the crisscross move. Beautiful pass onto McCabe. He's right into the gap. Got support there. Oh, you should have given the pass, lad. He had Rogers unmarked on the left and tried to go on his own. That's just a bit greedy. He scored 2 tries, looking for 3, but you must give the ball in those situations. Girard. Replacement for Ivan Gresk. Bueller. Rodrigues, who's not frightened to come into the back line from fullback into the quarter. McCarty. Allard down Brentnell's throat. Takes it well. Evades one tackle. Out to Rebo. Rebo's got into the clear. Beaten one tackle, 2, 3, 4, and gets it within 11 metres of the line. The crowd loved it. Rogers. Lewis, a beautiful pass, and unfortunately Hilditch can't handle it. It was fractionally low, but it was long and it was torpedo, and there was a lot of room out in the edge of that if he'd got that one successfully into his hands. Australia will have to come up with a fairly high error count. They're spinning the ball at an enormous rate. Scrums very convincingly to France, 7-4. The penalties, however, are Australia's way, 10-6. The scrum went to France. Well, 30 points to nil at half-time. 33-3, 20 minutes to the second half. So it's a draw the second half. G'day. Jeans back on the inside. Defence. Vila taking a dive then, I think. I don't believe he was whacked. I don't believe it. His teammate came along, took the ball. Touch judge. Did he see anything?
Frenchman about to make another change. Charles Zeljuendo was warming up on the sideline.
Zeljuendo, number 14. We'll see who he replaces. Australian defence looking very, very solid. Bueller kicking for the open spaces, but it doesn't appear to be a tactical ploy that all the other Frenchmen are involved with. There's a good run from Bosted. Still going. Bosted, who scored a fine try earlier. Beautiful pass, cuts out a man, and unfortunately Brentnell can't handle it. France kick it through. As Girard, he's got the ball now. The referee says knock on. There's the error count. Australia 17, France 9. That's indicative of the way this Australian side are trying to throw the ball around to reach this record of 56-6. And I think also in a genuine effort to entertain the crowd. Differential penalty, incorrect scrum feed.
The French coach asking Zeljuendo to put his tracksuit back on again, so apparently that change is not going to be made now.
Tempo has gone out of the game as far as Australia is concerned. France have maintained a better defence in the opening 22 minutes of this second half. Is Boyd nearly through? Masterman, Lewis, Mortimer, Rogers. To give all the tackler. Mortimer, one-handed pass to Price. Lewis managed to get a pass. McCabe. There's no doubt that France are tackling better in the second half. We've got 2 French players down at the moment. Rogers gets inside one defender, tackled about 11 metres out. There are 3 Frenchmen down at the moment. It's like Balaclava.
One is their prop, Castanon. He's in front of
Craig Young onto Brentnell in for the try. Good quick passing. Just a suspicion about that last pass that it might have been fractionally forward. We'll see it again and you'll know. But it deserved a try. See it again. Now there it is. That just looks like Balaclava. Beautiful pass. So I think that was fractionally forward from Craig Young. The referee may have been obstructed slightly. Now there's the one from Craig Young. Quick hands, sucked the defenders to him. Brentnell straight and hard, got a whack across the face, which wouldn't concern him all that much. Cronin's kick is successful, and he moves along to 7 goals and 7 tries. On the side, I was of course referring to the fact that he's the only player from the Queensland team this year that was in the Australian team. There are other Queenslanders in Rebo and Bowstead. McCabe. So that was meant in a different way than possibly it sounded. Masterman from dummy half. There's a sprint and a good one. He's right up the middle of the field. It's a good little run from the hooker. Hilditch calling for the ball on the open. Runs well.
Phil Zigsworth coming back on the arena.
Morris is still sitting out there.
Yes, well, Zigsworth was brought on about 5 minutes before half-time when Brentnell went down in that nasty knock.
Boyd evades 1, 2, onto Mortimer. Mortimer back to Bowstead. Linking on the inside. Oh, and a good tackle. That's a good tackle. But is it 6 to go as McCabe gets it away to Rogers. Rogers evades 1, 2. Over the top to Ray Price. Price on the surge to the 10-metre line. Australia looking for number 9. There's another Frenchman down. Hilditch has a go and unloads to Lewis. Lewis playing unselfishly to Mortimer. Out to Bowstead, puts it down. France come up with the ball. That's Allard.
The Frenchman you're referring to is Jose Guin, the second rower.
Well, he's been down for other reasons today too, hasn't he?
That's right.
Well, there was a little knock on there. The French captain who's battled away pretty well for his side.
There's Zigsworth going on with the touch judge.
Well, Brentnell coming off and Sigsworth on.
Rod Morris going on also. Australia
Again losing this scrum, which might be the only aspect of the game that they're pretty unhappy with. It's a 9-4 scrum ratio in France's favour. Who would you say, Barry, will be the replacement Morris will make?
Well, I noticed Les Boyd limping around 5 or 10 minutes ago, so maybe he would be the player that come off. It's either Hilditch or Young going back in the second row. So it could be... Hilditch had a little bit of a knock, nothing serious in the dressing room at half-time. Greg Brentnell coming out of the arena now with Dr. Bill Monaghan, the league doctor. He's got a nasty knock around the nose area, the upper lip.
Rogers gone through a high tackle. And Jose Guin was the tackler. Mortimer, Lewis, the dummy, elects to go, looking for support, loses the ball as he's tackled. And gets up and looks daggers at the referee, but that was right. Morris on, Hilditch off. Hilditch need to have no qualms, nor Brentnell, about their performance today. They played very, very well indeed, a pair of them.
Yes, Brentnell suffered a neck injury in the first half too, but Bill Monaghan, the doctor, looked at it at half-time and everything's okay there.
Referee having a bit of trouble with this scrum. Sigsworth, there's Australia getting a scrum. Sigsworth might go in for a try. No, he's going to give it a Rebo. And Rebo juggles it, puts it down, and it's going to be disallowed. Yes, indeed. See it again over the line. Well and truly, the touch judge and the referee combining there. There's the Mortimer, the Cronin, Sigsworth juggles it. And did drop the ball and went over the touch-in goal line. A bit of clumsy work from Rebo. From head on. That was try number 9 coming up. Beautiful football led to it. The defence there again. I commend Vila, the lock forward, for trying to get there.
He's quite a versatile player, that Villa. He plays at second row, lock, 5'8" in the French competition for his club Catalan.
Stolen ball by Rod Morris. Elects to take the tackle. Mortimer running from dummy half. He scored 2 tries. Masterman, Craig Young, Cronin, beautiful pass from Cronin onto Sigsworth, then to Price, held it up, lovely to Cronin. Oh, Cronin got a one-handed pass away. Rebo had overrun it, and that's number, well, I don't know, 10, is it? Gone bigging. Tore his way through there. The pass tried to be delivered one-handed, and Rebo overran it slightly. It went over the sideline. Referee saying to McCarty, the hooker, get in. Allard, the feeder. Australia going to come up with another scrum win. Lewis, Sigsworth, Cronin, Rogers straight through, beautiful, underneath the post. It's just quick hands, that's good stuff. There it is. Nothing to talk about, except that it was perfectly executed by the Australian three-quarter line. Lewis, Sigsworth, Cronin, Rogers, there was just no defender there. Cronin's kick is successful. He's going to finish up with some sort of tally today. Australia 43 to France's 3. It's an Australian scrum win. Rogers, beautiful pass out to Boasted, got the pace, and a fine tackle from Sebastian Rodrigues. Oh, that's legitimate. Is Price having another go at him? McCabe, unable to unload. He's still moving up fast on the outside there, Craig Young. Rod Morris leaves it behind. Vila falls on it for France. Boasted in trouble on the sideline. There's Villa. Tackled Masterman right round the boots. Up come the three-quarters. Gerard threw it straight to Craig Young. He gives it to Sigsworth. The referee's going to call for a knock-on. It's a funny bit of football. Gerard made a good break. And then threw it straight to Craig Young. There wasn't a Frenchman within a bull's roar. Australia only managed 13 points. There's the only little bit of sun creeping onto the ground there where the scrum is going down. Australia come up with it. No, they don't. Well, it's been kicked through, or thrown through. Sigsworth has replaced Brentnell.
Yes, interesting about Brentnell, Rex. I'm talking to Dr. Bill Monaghan, the league's doctor now, and he informs me that Greg Brentnell has got a broken nose and Ron Hilditch has got something wrong with his right shoulder.
Well, that'll be bad news for Canterbury and Parramatta. Paul McCabe, Rebo. Bad pass, but the referee says it was a knock-on anyway. His handling has not been good today, though. He's had an unhappy day in that sense. And Boasted, too, early on was a little bit remiss with his handling. We're into the last 5 minutes now, so that record looks as though it's going to stay intact. Rebo breaks one tackle, two, down to halfway. Very powerful. Sigsworth. Again, Vila. Number 8, Jean-Jacques Vila, being the Frenchman's best player. It's the error situation, a massive number by Australia, 23 to 15. Stolen from Morris, from Boyd. Bernard Embert. Girard. Castanon. About 4 minutes to go. Along their line it goes, offside against the Australian three-quarters. Allard will take the pick tap. Hermé. Oh, France really not putting anything together. It's a very low performance, really. I've resisted the impulse to be critical of the Frenchmen up to this point, but really they are words fail me. Well, of course, it's useless for us in Australia to be happy about the fact that other teams are at this low standard, because rugby league needs strong international teams in all countries. And it would be wise administrators who would think about doing something for French rugby league rather than bringing their sides out here and flogging them. There's just no value in test match football being played when 9 tries are being scored.
Well, there is talk at the moment that that there could be an exchange of players and coaches, which would be a great idea for French rugby league and also English rugby league, I suppose.
What about an exchange of commentators?
Yes. Where would you like to go, Rex?
Oh, I think Paris will do me. I was just domiciled in Paris for 6 months.
Well, I'll go over for Lady Di's wedding.
France now looking for try number 2. They've got 2 minutes to do it in. It's gone out of the Australian performance. Villa, long switch of play out to Hermé. 20 metres out from the Australian line. 9 tries and 8 goals. We'll run through the statistics shortly. Guiraud, Fouquet. Autumn the tackler. Guiraud. Villa does a lot of kicking and general play. That's the right footer. It's out on the full and right back. The scrum situation as we get into the dying stages. Masterman's evened it up a little bit. It's now 10-8 in favour of France. The penalties have gone 11-9 Australia's way. The error situation. 24 times Australia has given the ball back to the opposition. 16 times the French have given it back to Australia. Sam.
French may feel at home out there, Rex. That wind is very cold, and I suppose they could think it's the Mistral coming down from the French Alps.
Yes, it's pretty chilly up here behind the glass in the commentary position too. Well, can Australia get a try in the last minute of play? As we run through the scorers for you. Paul McCabe 2, Jeff Masterman 1, Steve Mortimer 2, Kerry Boosted 1, Steve Rogers 1, John Rebo 1, Greg Brentnell 1, and Mick Cronin has kicked 8 goals from 10 attempts. There's the header in the background for the French side. Their sole try came from Hugues Abatier. So there's the scoreline, 43-3, and I'll be back in a moment with our award winner and chat about tomorrow's telecast. Australian second rower, who I thought created absolute havoc every time.